What's up, dude? Thanks for coming on again. I appreciate it.
What's up? Yeah, you getting famous and shit. Getting like real people on here now.
Not famous, but yeah, dude, it's cool. Some really, really great people have come on, which is kind of
Fuck
wild. It's
yeah,
like,
cool as shit.
yeah, it's dope. I just hit them up in like Instagram messages, and it's surprising how many people get back to you.
Yeah, and it's funny because I just found out that there's on your inbox that little like you have another inbox that if you're not following them or if they're some shit, but it's like your spam folder.
Oh yeah.
12 people in mine that I had no idea they messaged me.
Oh
But yeah,
yeah.
it's just great. Like that little notification doesn't even pop up. But
Mm. Yeah, I've seen
then
this. It'll say like one message request, or in your
yeah,
case, like a dozen.
yeah, but most of them are fucking creeps, so it's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, most of the ones that I've had are like broken English Russian that's like make big sex now, and I'm like, no thank
Yeah,
you. No thank
yeah,
you, man
yeah,
from India or Vietnam or wherever.
yeah, like I like medium sex, no big sex over
Yeah.
here.
It's too
Fuck
much.
out of here. Yeah.
Too much. So you're heading out on tour tomorrow?
Yeah, yeah, last day of freedom, and then chaos, absolute chaos starts, and I can tell that it's already started like 2 days ago. Like it's starting to ramp up to where everybody like I looked at my Twitter mentions, got like 45, and I was like, what the fuck is that? Oh yeah, Owen's talking shit, and we're about to,
Of
and like
course.
everybody clicks to it, like it is starting. It is fucking chaos. This one's gonna be the tightest tour we've ever done too. Like back to back to back, we cover a lot of cities in a very short amount of time. Like, it's
Of
gonna be
course.
wild.
Yeah, so most of it's in Texas, is that right? I think like four
Uh,
dates in Texas.
yeah, Texas, Georgia, um, and then Florida.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild,
That's
fucking
awesome.
wild.
So tickets, I think I heard like most of the Texas
Most of them
tickets already
sold out.
sold.
Yeah, most of them are sold out. I think Atlanta sold out. I think the only ones we still have are like Tampa and West Palm, or West Palm and something. I don't know. Orlando something. I don't fucking know. I know I have to be in a car for like 35 hours.
Oh
This
man.
That's gonna be nuts.
Yeah. How many people are going on the tour?
It's just me and Owen performing. We're taking Coddington Bear,
Hmm.
Cod. He's gonna be doing a lot of filming and recording and making it like to a documentary. And then Doliv is coming from like Israel to come kick it.
Nice. Yeah, I've talked to her a little bit just on Twitter. She might come on the show at some point. Get some
Oh, dope.
but get some
Well,
behind the
her,
scenes knowledge.
tell her fuck off. Tell her like
I
when
probably
we were
won't.
talking. He said, fuck off. Actually, where's my phone? I will text her that I'm telling her to fuck off.
Yeah, you do it because I'm not gonna do it.
What's she gonna do? Like, oh wait, no, she lives in the Middle East. She might blow your shit up.
It's definitely possible.
It's definitely. What did I just do with my phone? It's like God hides it from me when He knows I want to talk shit.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say that when I've seen people do, I don't know who was filming it before, but that behind the scenes stuff for you guys the last time, like that stuff's really cool. Like I
Yeah.
always look forward to seeing kind of the tour life and the process and everything. It's to me
Well, I
super
think a lot of
interesting.
people don't see, and hopefully He actually covers it this time. Is we tend to talk like Owen and I are nerds. And so when we get on these like 3 and 4 hour like driving trips, we end up in some deep rabbit hole shit. Like we argue. What did we argue? I don't know, but it ended up being like the merits of the Blueprint album.
Mm.
Like we sit there and discussed Hove for like an hour and had to just listen to Dre like all of 444 or some shit. Like it was just like I make Owen listen to random shit and then he'll be like, all right, now we gotta listen to Molyneux talk about the leftists. And I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, it's funny like getting into sort of the online social and political stuff. I've realized like once you listen to enough of that, you gotta get away from it for a while.
Oh yeah, well I mean it's just because so if they always complain of like that your biggest gripe or complaint that you have, if you have a side, so to speak, they don't change. Like
Yeah.
it's been the media for like 3 years. It's been these things for like 2 years. Like they might update it, but the base argument is the exact same. So it's like once you understand the position, what more is there? Like it's like, all right, cool. So you either hate Trump or you like him. You either are for this or you're against it. The fact that you have to wake up every morning and reaffirm your beliefs is fucking crazy to me. Like this thing changed.
And you gotta
Nothing changed.
Gotta let everybody know. It's like, hey, I still hate Trump, or hey, I'm still MAGA, or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, all right, man, we got you, bro. Like, we're watching the Packers game right now. Can you shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to Owen, and it's funny when I'm not the paranoid guy, because he was talking to me about, like, he thinks some shit's really gonna pop off. And I was like, no, nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna, like, it's just, everybody's getting confused, like all the social media and all, like, because we make real relationships online, we think they're real, but it's like, no, you know kind of a person online. That person is not like what you believe. Like, I have not gone to the grocery store one time and be like, you know who's gonna get me? The fucking leftists. Like, the goddamn stuff, are gonna fuck me up while I'm getting crunch berries. That shit's not real.
Yeah.
Like, none of it's real. Like, we travel all the time. I have not been to one city yet where I'm like, oh, this is some Mad Max shit. Like, oh, strap up. Like, nobody is Home Depoting aluminum siding to their cars and shit, ready to get busy. We know it's just the internet. Like, it's like, oh, no, man, if they impeach Trump, it's like, no, well, people will just get mad. There'll be some random city you've never heard of. There'll be a riot in it. And then we'll all talk about how that could be anywhere, but it won't. Like, none of this shit ever goes down in, like, New York City. When is LA getting torn the fuck up? Like, the 90s were more problematic than now.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago riots, real. LA riots, fucking real. They broke apart. This shit is like, we got Ferguson and Charlottesville? Fuck was talking about those two places before anything ever happened. I didn't know either one of those cities existed.
Yeah. Well, with Charlottesville, too, they tried to do it again, and, like, 12 people showed up or something.
Yeah, so, like, nobody cares.
Antifa had nobody to beat up, so I just thought they were just, like, beating up journalists or something.
Yeah, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, and whatever the next place is, it's like, yeah, we are putting so many cities on the map for random shit that it's like, yeah, I've never heard of it, will never be. Like, the Parkland shooting. Parkland, Florida is more famous now for like 9 kids dying than anything in history it has ever done.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a tragedy, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, man, I have no idea what the fuck this place. That's not the norm.
Yeah.
I don't think one of these things are the norm, and that's why they stand out. If shit was really popping off, like people report, these stories wouldn't even make the news. It would just be like, oh yeah, another. Like, you know how many women got robbed in Brooklyn today? Like, with their old ladies with their purses? Fuck if I know. That shit doesn't news. Like,
That's
it's just
true.
That shit happens. You get run up on sometimes. Like, that's when you should get scared. When you stop hearing things and shit just stop being like, I mean, you know. So what? A priest touched another kid. It's Tuesday. You'd be like, oh fuck, we are too far gone now. Like, that's the bad thing. What are you guys doing?
Yeah, my headphones are a little weird. I'm just adjusting the volume. I think they're shorting out a little bit, but I think I'm good now.
Yeah. So how have you been? How's mom? Did you let her listen to our bullshit? I hope not.
I don't know if she did listen. I'm not
Good.
sure. I mean, I told her what was up. I think.
No, she's gonna think I'm a horrible person.
I don't think
I blame
so.
you for that.
Nah,
I blame you.
Not at all. It's all good. Plus, like, I've got some episodes. Well, yeah, there's some episodes that there's like no cursing, just nice
Yeah.
discussions. I don't know, but I don't know. I don't think it's something to worry about. But yeah, anyways, I was gonna say, like, quite a few people actually, like, reached out and were like saying, dude, that dude you had on was hilarious. Like, he's awesome. Like, my whole family pretty much, like my older brother, my
Hell
sister,
yeah.
everyone was like, dude, that guy's amazing. How'd you get him on the show? Is he famous? I'm like, he might be
No.
soon.
No, just a guy that hangs out and tells inappropriate jokes, which is funny because I've been working on my set for the tour,
Mm-hmm.
and I've come up with some jokes that, like, I had a real cerebral experience where, like, I went to sleep woke up and I had a dream that I'm only doing stand up. And I woke up and remembered some of the jokes. I was like, yeah, haha. And then I read them back and I was like, oh, this shit is way too savage. Like, I can't get away with saying any of this. And I think I'm going to do a set with all the jokes that I've ever thought of that I've thrown out because I was like, that's way too bad. And I just want to go out and just be like, nope, doop, doop, doop. And since we're filming, like, Kai's coming, he's filming every venue and every show. So it's like, I'm curious of just seeing the different reactions of how fucked up a joke can get and then see how I ended up, because I'm going to end up bitching out. Like, I would say something to make it not seem as bad, because as of right now, they are savage. I wrote a joke about Muhammad just to see if I could.
Yeah. Hey, you might as well.
Fuck it. I mean, I make fun of every... Like, I had a joke where I called Jesus a stale communion cracker. Like, I was like, yeah, black people won't trust Jesus because he's just another stale cracker. I was like, if I could do that joke,
yeah,
I could do it. And it's fucked, though. Like, it's not going to be good. So, yeah, if I get killed, you know why.
All right.
So now I earned that shit.
Yeah. But anyways, I was going to say, yeah, what we've been up to, we've been trying to get this whole podcasting popping. We've been writing a bunch, too. Trying to do some comedy stuff. We might send you some sketch ideas too if you want to see some stuff. We want to put together like the whole YouTube, social media, just get everything that we're working on kind of in one place. Like, we're working on music too, recording and stuff, which I've done in the past, and we've kind of
put some of the stuff on your Instagram. I've seen you jam out and shit. Yeah,
nice
bastard.
Yeah,
I hate people that actually have talent.
Dude, I don't even know if I have talent.
Like, I would much rather trade in being able to talk shit to be good at something else. Like, in a heartbeat. Like, everybody wants to be the funny guy. That shit is lame and stressful. Like, if you can sing or, like, play a guitar, like, I guess I could play, but, like, singing and all that shit, so much better. Like, it's always appropriate. It's always necessary. Like, there's never a time where it's like, you know what? That woman doesn't want to be serenaded right now. Like, fuck no.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to hear dick jokes all the time, though. I can guarantee you that. Like
that's true. There's a time and a place for all that.
Yeah. Like, you would be useful at a funeral. I am not.
Oh, dude, I would never play at a funeral. I'd screw up.
Unless you hate the guy. I'd be good at a funeral if you hate the person.
Have they ever done, like, a roast at a funeral?
Oh. I'm sure they have. They've had to. If nothing else, the Irish have. Like, I mean, when they do their, like, drinking wakes and shit, you know somebody's talking mad shit there. Like, that's...
No doubt.
I can't being drunk with your friend just dying and just not going, yeah, that small dick bastard. Like, you would say something. Like,
yeah. Yeah, that should be a thing. That should be the new Comedy Central thing. Instead of roasting people whose career is kind of failing, just roast someone who passed away. I don't know. That's too dark.
No, Burt Reynolds would be a funny-ass roast right now.
I feel like Reynolds would appreciate that, though.
Yeah, of course, because he's like one of those manly men. Like, he's not all soft and shit. No, that would be good. I think. I actually have this scenario that I'm scared to death if I ever get married, that there's going to be a shitload of comics and shit at my wedding. So it's like, oh, we want to give toast. Like, I'd rather kill myself than hear, like, can you imagine, like, oh, yeah, Owen Benjamin taking the mic so he can give, hey, Eric, you fucker. Like, oh, God. Like, my mom, my grandma. Like, I just feel like if you have a bunch of comedians, somebody's going to say some crazy shit. Because I've done it at people's weddings. Like, oh, yeah, of course. You have to. This is the time to get your jabs in. And they can't do anything back to you because their entire family's here.
Yeah, they don't want to ruin the mood, so they just have to take it.
They just got to take it. Like, that's horrifying.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like that. That could be rough.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I just can't do it. Like, I'm just gonna elope somewhere or just not do it.
That's the way to go. But anyways, I guess there's a bunch of stuff popping off right now to talk about. I wonder what you think about the whole thing with Norm Macdonald and Jimmy Fallon. I didn't read the whole article, but I read supposedly what the offending quotes were, and they were what I read at least was so innocuous. I didn't know what people were mad about.
that you know exactly what people were mad about. People just like to get mad.
Yeah, it's
Like
if you
people
don't,
like to get mad.
it's like if you don't say exactly what today's take on this is, you're
Oh
persona
yeah,
non grata already.
yeah. Like it's what's it what Lil Wayne used to say, the get down or lay down. Like you gotta either you get down with what they say or lay down because they're trying to come for your neck. It's one of the two. Like it's not gonna like him even saying he was like, oh, like I love them as people. What they did was inexcusable, but they were always nice to me. They're good people at heart.
Yeah.
Got killed for it. I was like, damn. You're putting him in the same circle as the person who did a sexual assault because he said he doesn't hate the person that did it. Like that's nuts.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
fucking insane. But yeah, that's how it goes, man. That's just even though I will say he's the GOAT just because of how he responded to that. That shit is
Yeah.
hilarious. The what do you say that you would have to have Down syndrome to think I'm
Yeah, that was so harsh.
See, with Norm, you're surprised if he didn't say something offensive.
Oh yeah,
So
like
that's
it
what-
has to be.
That's why they're outraged. They're like, you have to say something more offensive. And he's
Oh
like,
yeah.
nah, man.
Well, like when I saw he started off with the apology, I was like, oh, they got him. And then when I was like, oh, you would have to have Down syndrome. And I'm like, nope, no Norm. He does not give a shit. Like, it's him and Tim Allen are like of a dying breed. I think they're the last two of their like class that just like fuck you, man. I'm gonna just do it. I guess Shatner, but he's older. But like just the I'm not gonna take your shit, man. Like if you ever listen to Tim Allen is raw. He said some crazy shit.
I've seen a bit of stuff he's posted, but I haven't seen any of his comedy or shows in a while. I mean, since like Home Improvement.
Yeah. Last Man Standing is basically the male Roseanne,
Okay.
but he's richer. But like, yeah, that's the whole thing. Like he's a conservative guy that's just mocking everything, and that shit is funny. But yeah, I was like, I saw it, and I was like, oh yeah, they'll never pick this up, but it's good. Like it's damn good. And it gets great ratings, but no network wants to put their weight behind it.
That's to me. It's so odd. I would think. I mean, with comedy, I think it's funny. Like growing up, Dave Chappelle was always my famous comic or favorite comic, and so many of his jokes are like he'll do white face and white voice and make fun of like middle class white people, which is
Yes.
basically me, and I love
Yeah.
that shit. Like I like getting, my group or me or whatever I think getting made fun of. I think that's entertaining and
you're-
awesome.
Narcissistic little fuck, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Like Dave better make jokes at me.
You can fuck porn stars and run the country, you know.
Yeah.
One does.
But like when I was at the Comedy Store a while back, and what's his name? The dude who was on Chappelle's show. Oh,
Neil Brennan?
No, he wasn't there. It was one of the dudes who does a lot of the sketches. Not Charlie Murphy, the other dude. It's in a lot of stuff.
Donnell.
Yeah, Donnell Rollins.
Yeah.
And dude, he was just like going off on white people and their guns, and dude, it was. I mean, it was one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Like I like getting basically my culture or whatever being roasted. I think that's great.
Well, yeah, a lot of people, like, I think most people do that. Like, the only thing, and it's, Owen and I have had a detailed talk about this, but, we talked about it. Who else have I talked to? It's a bunch of other comics I've talked to about it that were just like, oh, white people eating other white people alive is what's killing culture. It's nothing else. Like, cause it's like, if you are white and you do like a black joke, the people that are going to get pissed at you are white people. Like, black people are either going to go, oh man, fuck him, and move on, or go, haha, and move on. It's only people, like, the people who are going to protest and be like, never fucking again, how dare you do that shit. It's never the culture that's supposedly offended.
Yeah.
And that's really killing comedy. Because, like, oh, I guess I have to take a stance now. Like, I would have never even heard that joke or gave a shit. But sure, because 19 Debras have a petition. Okay, it matters now. Like, that shit is nuts.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. I don't know. It's interesting. I've been watching like older comedy, like some of Jeff Ross's roast, like he was roasting Shaq
Yeah.
and stuff, and it's like nobody cares.
No. Like when they did fucking Flavor Flav, they roasted the shit out of him. Greg Giraldo called him said that he looked like a skeleton wrapped in electrical tape. Like, that shit is crazy. Called him a deep fried bat, some other shit, and everybody just laughed their ass off. Like, it is what it is. It's not that serious. Nobody's dying. It's fine. But, yeah, we've definitely gotten away from that.
Yeah, I wonder how Norm's gonna do on Netflix. Because Netflix, I mean, they hired and basically the Obama administration is running Netflix, which is super weird. I wonder, I wonder like how his show is gonna be. I mean, they didn't have a problem canceling. Well, I'm terrible with names today. What's that girl that did the
Michelle Wolf?
Yeah,
Michelle. Yeah.
Like
have you seen the show?
Just clips, but it was awful.
Damn, I wish you can go back and watch a whole episode.
It's still on there, right?
Fuck no, I doubt it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't want it up there. Boy, I mean, that shit is rough.
I saw the clip. She was doing that shout your abortion thing or whatever.
Yeah, that shit was the Freedom Parade or Lady Liberty shit. Yeah, that was too much. That was one of the better bits on the show.
Oh yeah, really? Because I was like, this is terrible.
No, she was coming up with some shit and it was like, is there a joke here? Like, and she reminds me of, remember that show, The Nanny?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like, damn, it's like if The Nanny start just doing jokes with that fucking voice.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, the
fuck listen to. The shit was horrible.
The voice is rough.
Which is funny though, because she's pretty good at stand up.
Oh,
like her stand up bad. That show was trash though. Like that show was
It's tough because the way things can go viral so fast, you can push people that just aren't ready because they're having their moment. She's having her moment, and then they pushed her to have this big show, and it's like a talk show. That can't be easy to write all that and perform and everything and be relevant.
You're doing 5 nights a week, and you have to do it to this like that shit, and you have an agenda you have to go by.
I think that's what makes it tough.
Well, and it's fucking a lot of these people up because they saw what like Jon Stewart did, and it was like, oh, you missed what Jon Stewart was really doing. Jon Stewart shit on anything he felt was ridiculous. He just so happened to have his show run during the Bush administration, so the predominant of stories about the president are going to be, haha, let's mock the Republican guy. But, like, it wasn't all political. Like, it's all, how stupid is our government?
Yeah.
If you go from that angle, people can't really get mad. And you have a limitless supply of ammunition because you can't get backed into a corner. When you only have to champion one side, when something good happens, you just look fucking dumb. Yeah. It's like, yeah, you just look like you're hating and there's nothing you're doing. You're just sitting there. Kind of like how all conservatives are, like, with Nike now. It's like, man, I know you love those socks.
Yeah.
Like, real hurt. You love those shoes.
Dude, I like Nikes. I mean, I would say, I don't know if I'm probably more conservative just because of how I was raised, but definitely at this point I think more libertarian. I mean, just freedom and all that. But yeah, the Nike thing was just stupid.
Well, I mean, you know, we're still in this bitch. Like like I think that shit is hilarious. I was like, Nike had him on contract since like 2013, so it's not new. And 2, they still had like Michael Vick under contract, I think. Like don't start claiming all your moral superiority now. Get the fuck out of here. You don't care. Yeah. You care got popular and you wanted to feel special. Like that's not. Get your fucking cross trainers and get the fuck out my face. Like stop it.
Yeah.
I also think it's funny that all the people that were burning their stuff, go back on like YouTube and look it up. They're all like middle aged and out of shape. It's like, oh God, you're boycotting athletic. Sure, that's why. Like, shut your fat ass up. Like, you weren't running anyway. Yeah. Like, it's like, stop it.
It's like those running shoes look brand new and you bought them a decade ago.
Yeah, like you wear them to like mow your yard. Stop it. Like that shit's dumb. Like you don't do stairs. Like you are not their demographic anyway. Nobody gives a shit.
Oh, the best thing I saw surrounding this was this dude, kind of big redneck dude with a big old beard, was like pretending to burn his Nikes, but he was just making fun of how ridiculous that whole thing is. It's like,
Oh,
how dare you kneel down to, combat police brutality? I'm burning these Nikes. It's like, he just went for it. It was, it was hilarious. It was the only funny thing I've really seen surrounding it. I mean, other than the memes.
I know Jeremy Larson did something like that, and that shit had me cracking up. And he was like, "I'm gonna get him today," and he did it for like a week. He was like, "I'm gonna destroy him today," and I was like, "Damn, they just so comfortable." Like, I mean, fuck the blacks, but I really like the shoe. Like, that shit was hilarious. Like, it was good. He's really fucking funny. If you haven't just hit him up sometimes, he's funny.
I'll have to check him out.
Fuck. It just dawned on me, like, tomorrow really is, like, I have a show I have to do.
Dude, that's awesome.
I haven't done stand-up in a minute. Like, got to get back into the swing of it.
Do you do a lot of open mic stuff still, or are you mostly just doing, like, the tour gigs?
I do, like, touring showcase gigs, because open mics are depressing as shit.
I bet.
Open mics are horrible. And for the shit that I like to work out and work on, open mics are really hard to pinpoint that because you only have like 3 or 4 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You have 3 or 4 minutes, you have to get in front of a crowd, and the stuff that I get paranoid is like, I wonder if this will work. It'll be some of the edgier stuff, and you can't come up there and just drop some crazy ass joke and then walk off like, this is the only thing I get to tell you. By the way, killing babies is cool. Bye. Like, you can't. Like, that shit is rough to try to sell in that short amount of time because nobody has a feel for your personality or, like, your sense of humor or, like, a lot of comics, you're allowed to get away with crazy shit because it's like, oh, I've been up here for 10, 15 minutes. You know I'm joking now.
Yeah.
You don't think I mean any of this. And so we're allowed to laugh at this horrible shit and we can go back and I'm going to make fun of everything. So it's fine, right?
Yeah.
But, like, it's hard to do that if I'm like, hey, what's up, Mike? How you doing? By the way, your mom's a whore. And you'd be like, wait, what, bitch?
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck are you talking? Like, that's how you get shot.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do shit like that. Like, if I just got up and was like, you know what's terrible? White people, all of them. Drop my
Yeah.
Like, that's how you get lynched. You can't just do that shit.
Yeah.
It's easier just to work. Like, so usually I'll do my set and I'll just work in 10 new minutes. Like, tomorrow, I think I'm doing, like, a new 15 minutes.
Oh,
but it's
wow.
like, I bookend it with 1 or 2 jokes I've done before. And I'm like, all right.
Stuff you know that'll kill.
Yeah, get into the groove. And, like, I'll be on stage and you have this weird out-of-body experience of, like, I've done it so much now where I know I'm telling jokes. I know where I'm going with things. But I'm also calibrating, like, how is everybody responding to this? Because of how they responded to this, I think I can go this way now. Or I think this one will work, or maybe I should cut that one and do something else. Like, how are we going to manipulate my set while I'm on and doing it? Like, I don't commit to it fully until I'm up there. And so because you can do that, I think it's easier once you can see them like, all right, I know these are tested. How did you guys feel about it? All right, cool. So you can handle the new ones. Or it's like, if I have a joke that I think is not that bad and people groan, I'm like, ooh, maybe we shouldn't do the harder stuff. Like, maybe it's not the night to say maybe you should throw your wife down steps or some shit. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe that's not. I actually don't have a joke where you throw a woman down steps. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think I do.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah, probably will by tomorrow. But, like, that's. I don't know, man. I think that's the most fun part about comedy is I think you can joke about anything. Anything if you do it right. If you do it wrong, yeah, there's consequences. But there's limitless chances to try to figure out the puzzle of, like, if, like, I actually sit down and think of, like, what are subjects that you can't joke about? Like, what's something so taboo you can't do? And then I will try to work backwards and try to make that into a joke. Like, I will try my heart. Like, I have a trans joke now, which I only have because Chappelle was like, they killed me for it. I'm like, all right, let's try to pull this off.
See what we can do.
Yeah, and I debuted it in Austin in front of all of, like, my Austin comedian friends that are LGBTQA, LMNOP, all that shit. Like I did it in front of all of them, and and if you get them to laugh, it's like, all right, it's not that bad, but it's like, I just want to see if I could do it. I just want to see what would happen.
Yeah, I think it seems like people like to jump to conclusions about like what this person is really about, like based on one joke. Because I saw people, who was it that wow, names are not working for me today. Hannah Gadsby was like tweeting about Norm. It's like, I have no idea who Norm is, but I know that I hate him now. And it's like, what? First of all, you're a stand-up. How do you not know who Norm is?
Yeah. Is she?
Well, okay, she used to maybe be a stand-up. I don't know.
Is she?
You're a performer of some kind.
You have a check mark.
Yeah.
We know
Have you seen the net?
I just saw clips from it. I didn't see it.
Nah, man, quit being a bitch. Go through and watch real.
It? Oh, man.
Just to have something strong that you're sipping on while you're watching it, though.
Yeah.
That
tough.
shit has maybe 6 jokes in it.
Mm.
Maybe. It's like an hour and 20 minutes of just TED Talk.
I like TED Talks. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't actually like them that much. I'm not even being honest.
If the topic's good and it's like a joke, like this one was like, I was sitting there and it was like, and it was interesting, but I was like, holy shit, is this a comedy special? I was like, how is this the #1 comedy special on earth right now? There's very little comedy in it, and this shit's just depressing.
It's strange. It's funny, you see like the juxtaposition between like that whole debate with, what's comedy, what's not, and now in the hip hop world it's kind of the same thing, where you got like Joe Budden and everybody going off like, this isn't rap, this isn't really hip hop, like it's something, but it's not. Yeah. It's not that. It's not lyrical. Yeah, I was going down the rabbit trail on Joe Budden stuff. He gets so fired up. It's like, it's interesting.
I love Joe. I think he might be reaching somewhat on the M shit, but I love Joe. His podcast is the shit, and I'm happy they're doing 2 a week now. It's State of the Culture show I watch. Like, I watch all of the content he puts out. That shit is entertaining to me.
State of the Culture, is that the one with DJ Academics?
No.
What's that show?
That was the Complex. It was on Complex. It was shit. What's the name of that show?
I can't remember. I just clicked.
Everyday Struggle.
Oh yeah. That's
Everyday.
Yeah, I was watching him on that yesterday with like Lil Yachty.
Yeah, like see that, like even how that show came apart because Joe was like, man, fuck y'all. Y'all don't want to pay me? Eat a dick. I'm out. And like now all his show, like, have you ever listened to his podcast?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Warrior Mall and shit, that shit is fire. Like, that's good. God, this whole Eminem beef though has got shit out of whack.
Yeah, I can't keep track of everything, to be honest.
Hip hop's place right now, man. It's in a very weird place. Rest in peace, Mac Miller.
Yeah.
But
oh, dude, I didn't listen to a lot of his stuff, but I started listening to some of his more melodic stuff. Dude, he was really good. I mean, obviously he's good, but like
he has the only song that I know of that is like it's the only song that I know cracked Billboard about Donald Trump that's not dogging Donald Trump.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean he wrote it way before any of this shit popped off, but like that song is, I don't give a fuck how you feel about him. That song is fire. Like, I'm gonna take over the world, come on my Donald Trump shit.
Oh, I have heard that, yeah.
It's way before he ran for president or anything. And I was like, bruh, if Donald Trump doesn't use this as a campaign song, he's seriously lacking. Like, that's, I'm gonna take over the world on my Donald Trump shit. If I was Donald Trump, that would be my wake up alarm every day, listening to that shit. Dude, and fucking.
It's funny going back and watching old comedy or not old, but anything from before the last couple of years. Have you ever seen the British show Peep Show?
No.
It's
no.
one of the funniest shows of all time. It's off the chain amazing.
What's
it was on BBC or something. I don't know, but it's on a lot of it's on YouTube. But
I'm writing it down
Peep
right
show.
now.
Yeah, it's 2 sketch comics, Mark Webb and can't think of the other dude's name. Jeremy, what's the other?
Hey, I know Mark Webb. Yeah, Mark Webb is great.
Yeah,
I have to try and remember.
But it's amazing because was rewatching some of it.
Jeremy something it says.
Yeah, I forget his last name. But they were making like Trump jokes. Like he's like the one dude's trying to pump himself up, and he starts dropping names, and I'm like, Donald Trump, I'm gonna walk in and do this, and it's like, oh, dude, that joke wouldn't fly nowadays, but it's interesting.
Comedy has gotten crazy. Actually, you know what? I think it can be done. I just think there has to be a bigger, like, people need to stop being little bitches. And by people, I mean fans. Because there's a lot of people getting support and that are getting money secretly that are hated because they're like counterculture or whatever. And it's just not popular to like them out loud. Everybody still supports them and buys their shit and does it. Like, if people were just like, nah, man, I don't give a shit. That joke was funny. Fuck you. Like, if people were just more brazen about, like, they tried to get Chappelle out of here. They tried to get Chappelle the fuck out of here. And people are like, nah, I love Dave. Yeah. And because they fell back and they're like, okay, maybe we'll just let him go. If people had a more reticent stance like that and like, nah, man, I know he's not, shut up. Like, all right, if you want to hate him, you can hate him, but I'm still going to go watch this Louis C.K. concert, which he has the greatest, like, one of the tightest comedy writers of all time is Louis C.K. No matter how you feel about him, he has one of the greatest pen games. His joke writing is phenomenal. It's ridiculous. And people are like, oh, well, like, don't you hate him? No, I don't really. Like, I mean, are they going to arrest him? Like, that ain't on me to punish him. Like, fuck him. Like, it is what it is. Comic, man. It's just comedy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I saw, Mark Norman tweeted something like, oh, so apparently you can say, the worst shit about women as long as you put a sick beat behind it. And I was like, that's true. Yeah. Because you make, like, sexist jokes on stage, and every once in a while people are like, oh no, you can't say that, and then you turn on an Eminem song and it's like, he's been doing it for forever, and it's like, people hate him for it sometimes, but he doesn't stop.
He killed his wife and the mother of his child in front of his child in a song, put her in the trunk, and then threw her in the ocean or some shit.
I think
and that song
drove off a bridge.
Fire. So, well, no, that's Stan.
That's Stan. Yeah.
I was thinking about 03 Bonnie and Clyde, and then Kim, he kills her on the side of a road.
Oh, dude, it gets, like, I like Eminem, but some of that gets too dark. I can't handle it.
Like, no, and I was laughing because I was like, hey, look, man, I support MGK. Shout out to Cleveland, 216, Cleveland forever. But I was like, dude, this is who you want to throw jabs at? The dude that's worth $200 million and is fucking insane. I don't care what anybody says. M is snapped. Like, you can hear some of the shit, and I was like, bruh, for you to, like, if he never does any of it, for your mind to even go to some of those places, you are fucking insane. Like, clinically insane. Yeah. Something's fucking wrong with you. Like, nobody else would think about this. Like, I know people that have, like, oh yeah, like, they get deployed, they murder people, and it's like, yeah, they come back. They're not thinking about the shit M says. Yeah. Like, that, you have to be born kind of off.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I mean, it's funny to me, but, like, hey.
It's strange with writing. I was listening to Rogan. He had Chuck Palahniuk on, however you say it, Palahniuk, who wrote Fight Club.
Oh, yeah,
And he was talking about, like, censorship in writing and different stuff, and realizing that so many of the best books, I mean, there's just stuff in it that's twisted. Because, I mean, that's sort of the human condition. We sort of want to see, the dark side. We want to go there in a story, which is kind of, it's what M does. It's what, they're doing, Fight Club, different stuff.
It's also, like, you want to have a quote-unquote real experience with somebody. Like, I want to think, like, when in my own head, I'm going to alienate myself. Like, I'm going to say, I think this is, like, I giggled at this, that's kind of fucked up. If you laugh at, who was making jokes about the Madden tournament that got shot up? And I was like, oh, shit. Somebody was on Twitter just going crazy. It's a famous comic. And I remember laughing. I was like, but the idea of saying, like, I thought of this fucked up thing, and even though it's a tragedy, did you think of the fucked up thing too? Like, do we have this in common too? Like, even at my worst, are we still all kind of the same? Yeah. Are we all human? Like, at M, like, you're rhyming your poetry and telling a story so good that you thinking this, and I can be like, look, man, you can think it. It's fine. Like, one of my favorite songs by him is Criminal. I fucking love that song. Criminal is comedic timing, absolutely perfect. The cadence, everything on it is perfect, but it's like, if you listen to it, you're like, oh yeah, I might be fucked up too. Yeah. It's like, oh, not alone. Like, it's fine. You can still be a good person and joke and laugh about terrible things. Like, it's fine. Your mouth can't get you in that much trouble. It's the other things that are bad. It's like, oh, okay. Like, once you make that, I think you can live with yourself better. But yeah, no, I love M. Fuck what everybody's saying right now.
I'm into the new stuff a lot because the last couple albums, there are a few tracks that I liked, and there's some decent stuff, but it's like he was talking about with Sway, like getting that anger back.
Yeah.
Like, because that's always where he's come from. I mean, obviously with his upbringing, I mean, dealing with a lot of anger and all that, and seeing him put a little bit of that out there. I mean, a lot of that out there with these other rappers and stuff. It's almost like refreshing. Like, it doesn't make me feel angry or like something bad is going on. Me and him, we were bumping his tracks in the car yesterday, and I'm just like geeking out laughing about it because it's just so outrageous, and he's just going for it. It's almost like cathartic. It's like, it's okay to be like this mad about something, and then you say it, and then you just kind of move on. It's like, hey, I said it.
Like, I don't know if you remember the song "The Way I Am."
Yeah.
Like, I am whatever you say I am, and all that shit. He starts talking about, and when a dude gets bullied and shoot up the school, you bear him out Maryland, but where were the parents at?
Yeah.
Now look where it's at, middle America. Now it's so sad to see an upper middle class family having this happening. And it's like, oh, wait, what? Like, that's a real ass point that you're not going to hear that shit on the news. Like, that's some heavy shit. Just be like, oh yeah, like, I get that Columbine's bad, but nobody would give a fuck if this was in the hood. And it's like, Jesus, M. And it's like, yeah, like, that kind of shit, that's only M. Like, you have to have balls of steel.
Yeah.
Like, that, people loved him. Now, I just think it's what Revival missed for a lot of people is because M is such a counterculture guy. Like, yeah, there were things you could have championed back then. That's not his lane. His lane is going to be blowing up somebody's fucking house. So if he's coming and he's building things and he's like on Revival and he's like, black boy, cops don't like you. It sucks. Like, it must have. It's like, are you trying to be like a positive role model? Like, we're with you because you were talking about drowning toddlers and how all politicians are full of shit and fuck boy and girl groups and fuck Britney Spears. Like that's your legacy. It's just going out the things is like, oh, you guys know this is stupid, right? Like, in a perfect, I think if you took 19, 20-year-old Slim Shady Eminem, like Slim Shady LP, crazy ass Eminem, and put him today, I don't think he has the same messaging. I think he's going and be like, why the fuck are all of y'all wearing dresses? Shut the fuck up. Like, he would be saying some crazy shit.
Yeah.
He used to call, like, Elton John a fag and shit. Like, that's nuts.
Yeah, that's like that next level.
That's what I'm saying. But he went diamond doing that.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, I think that's more of not his cadence, not his song experience. Like, when he was talking to Sway and he says, like, well, they want me to sound the same. I was like, no, they want you to be insane still. Like, I think you can sing song and do that crazy fuck shit you used to do and people would eat it up. And then he comes out with Kamikaze and was like, yeah, like that. Like that. I don't care what academics, everybody else says it. Lick my nuts. That shit was funny. The only time you get a hit is when you're hitting bitches.
Yeah. Oh, dude. That's hard.
That's a savage. And they're like, that's not even that good. Whatever. That shit is savage.
Yeah.
That's savage shit to say to somebody. Like, that's 50 level.
I loved that he dropped Chris D'Elia's name with the whole Logan Paul thing and everything on the track. With Joyner Lucas. Dude, Joyner Lucas is so damn good. That verse was so good. I was like, what is this? This is, I mean, it's just that, I think it's what we're missing a bit. It's because, like, the last 18 months, 2 years, like, I've always been into hip-hop, but for the last little bit, I was like, what's going on with this? Like, all of it's going more pop, and so then, for me, I just moved, well, if they're going to do pop and sing, I'm going to go listen to people that are good at pop and singing.
Yeah, exactly. Like, people that actually do this. Like, Justin Timberlake is still alive.
Yeah.
I would just listen to him and Timberland's old shit because his new album was But,
yeah,
like,
it was a little.
I'm not doing that shit. Like, I would kill for a Royce da 5'9", Eminem, and Joyner Lucas, like, mixtape.
Yeah.
Just the three of them just going would change the world. Because, like, anytime any of them link up, you're like, oh yeah, like, there's certain people that are so good that it pushes you to be better. And I mean, I see it in comedy all the time. Like, hell, I do it in comedy all the time. If I'm on a really good show, I'm such a better comic because it's like, oh no, we got to come in here. We're playing for keeps. Like, I'm not like, that's what I love about going on the road. Like, nah, man, in front of these 200, 300 strangers, I got a guy who's a killer. And I got to hold my own. Because after the show, people are so bold now, they will tell you they don't like you. Or, like, they'll be like, there's been a lot of times where we've done shows and had, like, an opener, and they'll come up and be like, you and Owen did really well, but that other guy, and he'll be standing, like, right there. Like, nah, man, you ain't got it. You ain't it. And I was like, bruh, I don't ever want to be in that position. That's what I don't want. So, like, the rest of this, fuck you. Like, I gotta do better. Like, I gotta, like, when M gets on with Joyner, and you hear the end of Lucky You, and he goes back to that, and he's just killing shit, and you're like, oh yeah, that's because he knew Joyner's gonna come hard on this. That's when you hear Kendrick does features with, like, Jay, and Jay-Z is the GOAT. I think he's my number one of all time, easily. And he puts out stuff, and you hear him and M on Renegade. That's some of the hardest flows Jay's ever had. You hear, like, him and Kendrick. That's some of the hardest bars. There's people that push you because you know they're going to come crazy.
Yeah.
That kind of shit, I think we need more of that. And there's not a lot of that in comedy. There's not a lot of that in acting anymore. God knows there's not a lot of that in movie writing and, like, scripts and shit anymore. Like, there's not. But that whole, like, instead of feeling threatened and be like, man, fuck them. Like, no, I'm going to body him. Like, I'll be better than you. It's fine. That shit, iron sharpens iron. That shit gets wild. Shit gets wild. That's why I think a lot of people, if you can see a craft and see people for what their art or what the thought or the dedication it took to be in to that position, if you go that far, you can kind of dismiss, like, whatever angle they're taking or whatever their political affiliations. Like, to this day, do you know if George Carlin would have voted for or against Trump? I don't fucking know. I doubt he would. Like, I don't know, though. I know that he was so fucking brilliant, though, that I would listen to it. Like, whatever his stance, George Carlin could make a case as to why my mother's not that great. And I'm like, I'm going to hear the rest of this joke because he's so damn good. This is going to be interesting and compelling. And I think now we're just kind of like, he's going to say what? Tell me what he's going to say beforehand. Fuck out of here. Tell me what this song is going to sound like beforehand. Fuck out of here. Like, I'm not doing it. That shit, I don't know. That's lame. It's killing our culture. Like, American culture, not black, not white, American culture in and of itself. It's killing all that shit. Because it's, like, the greatest things that are American are all crossover things. They are. Like, the things that have been like, oh, yeah, you can play that anywhere, and people just go, okay. That's what made M such a fucking unicorn.
Yeah. Because
you got trailer park kids going to the hood and going, yes. Like, okay, we're down with Dre too. Like, yes. Like, a quote I wish I could make about comedy so bad, but the rhyme word is music. But it goes, I don't make black music. I don't make white music. I make fight music for high school kids. Like, that shit is hilarious. But it's like, yeah, like, I don't care what I'm doing. Like, we're doing jokes. And that's why, if anybody's listening, they should know that you should listen to Ricky Gervais. That stand-up special, Humanity.
I don't know if I saw that. Was that his latest one?
Yeah, it came out in, like, March. Mid-March, maybe. Yeah, mid-March, late March, something like that. But Humanity, Ricky Gervais, is by far, I think that's the best comedy special I saw this year. Like, 2018. And that's saying in a year that I put out a special. Yeah, like, I mean, it's not me being humble saying he would body me. Like, of course he would. But, like, that shit is everything comedy should be. Everything. He had joke writing, he had presence and all that stuff, but he got killed at the Golden Globes because he made a Caitlyn Jenner joke. And so they tried to get him the fuck out of here. He had, like, an hour special. His special on Netflix is about an hour and 18 minutes. He takes 18 minutes of just nothing but Caitlyn Jenner jokes and goes way harder and goes, oh, he goes, did you guys forget I'm filthy fucking rich already? Eat a dick. We're going to make you hate these jokes even more. And he goes ham. And that shit is hilarious. It's fire. And he was like, all right, now we'll start the show. Like, it's just so good. Like, the idea of just going like, man, I don't give a fuck. Do people laughing? I'm going to say it. It'll be fine. You'll be fine. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, please see it and then text me your thoughts on it.
For sure, man. Yeah, I wonder where. I mean, it seems like the response to sort of the, oh, it matters what this group thinks or that group thinks, I can't do this anymore. It seems like there's a bit of a response now. I mean, obviously Eminem doing it, everyone's, commenting on him, and he's like, all right, I'll just come back and comment on you.
Yeah, like, eat a dick too. And I think that's healthy. It's just, I think what people, they really bought into the Kool-Aid of like, I'm on Twitter, I have a YouTube, you have a YouTube, all things are equal. Mm-hmm. Like, we all have an equal voice. And it was like, yeah, until one of these giants comes and steps on your little ass, and then you realize, like, it's not the same. Like, yes, you're allowed to say something too, but if M disses you, you're not going to be able to go online for about a week. Yeah. Like, every one of your notifications is blowing up. Every one of his fans and people that like you, like, it's just going to take over your life. Like, MGK right now, and he planned it. Like, I mean, he could have wanted this. He can't go anywhere right now and for the rest of this fucking year without having to talk about Marshall. That, like, he couldn't. Like, if he has an album, if his daughter wins a Nobel Peace Prize tomorrow, nobody gives a shit. They're going to talk about Rap Devil and M in these interviews, and that's it. Like, that's all his mentions. That's all his life. Every interview. That's all he is right now. That's insane.
Yeah, that is.
Like, you take over somebody's shit like that and just like, look, man. And it's not because he said anything. It's like, nah, he responded to you. Like, MGK taking a shot at M, yeah, he got some shit. But M's so big, a lot of people don't know who MGK was or even know to bring that to him. That's not true the other way around. Let Jay-Z talk about, like, 6ix9ine. It's going to be a hell on earth for him to be able to go anywhere or do anything because now you got that shit riding you. Because Hov, can you touch 50 million people with a word? Because he can get way more than that probably. Like, he's shit down. That shit is, I don't know, it's funny when you see, like, people go back and forth. But then again, Meek Mill and Drake are best friends again, playing ping pong for 20 grand. Cardi B is throwing shoes at Nicki Minaj. Like, the world is wild right now.
Dude, I like...
all the rappers hate each other. Like, it's just wild.
I was going to say, dude, I like Cardi B. Like, she's actually pretty good.
Of Cardi. Like, what? Yeah,
I didn't expect to, and then like
yeah, if you don't like Cardi, I think I have more questions about you. Yeah. Like, I mean, 'cause she just is who she is, man. Like, can't hate anybody for just being them.
I love that because I didn't know what to expect with her. I didn't know anything about her except she was on some reality show. Yeah. She dropped a song and everyone's like, oh, she's so real. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then a song came on the radio and it was like, who is this? This is Cardi B? And I was like, what? Like, this is good. Yeah. Like, she's really good.
And then you hear in her interview and you're like, oh, I'm rooting for you now.
Yeah.
Because you're in her interview and it's kind of like why everybody loves Tiffany Haddish. Like, don't get me wrong. Talented, but it's also because their personalities are just so like, fuck yeah, I want you to win everything. Like, why would I ever root for the person who's gonna like be all smug and be like, oh no, this $10,000 dress, that's nothing. When you got Tiffany Haddish who's like, I just want you guys to know, every award show you see me at this year, I'm gonna wear this dress because it costs way more money than it should have, so I'm gonna wear the hell out of it. That's real as hell. Like, that's dope. Like, that's the kind of shit I think America wants now. Like, I'm so caught up. It's like, nah, man, I'm just a guy, or I'm just somebody that we just hang out, talk shit. Like Norm sounds like I want to kick it with Norm and drink beers.
Yeah,
I just want to kick it. Like, I don't know if you saw his on YouTube. They did the YouTube Awards or whatever. Yeah, they did the live on the red carpet, and they have Jenny Slate, which is the chick, she was on Parks and Rec. She's in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Have her, some other guy who I just wanted to punch him in the face the whole time. I have no idea who the fuck he is. I don't
remember his name, but Norm kept on making Arab jokes about him.
Yes, and that shit was hilarious. And I was like, I just really hate this guy. Like, whoever he is like, I am a dork. I'm a dork. You know how many cardigans I own? Like, yeah. I own enough cardigans to where people would think I like Jello and raping bitches. Like, no. I have a lot of fucking sweaters.
Oh. Is that one of those jokes that you're wondering about putting in the act? Oh my god. I don't even know how to feel about that one.
That's how you're supposed to feel. Yeah. That's the quality of a good joke. Like, if you can... My job, and this is my comedy style, but my job is, I can make you hate yourself for laughing at that shit. I'm so happy. Like, oh fuck, why'd I laugh at that? Like, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But like, this guy was a dweeb, and Norm showed up in a hoodie and some sweatpants and was talking mad shit. That was glorious. And what's the guy's name? Mike something. It's not Mike, is it? Dude, he's the comedian magician. He's on Netflix. Magic for Humans is his thing now. Shit, what is the dude's name? But he's like a comic.
I'm not sure.
Like, he does magic. It's weird. But Norm just kept going. He was like, what the fuck? You goddamn sorcerer? Get this goddamn sorcerer off the set. He was like, oh, bro, like, that's fucking hilarious. Like, that's well played. Well played. Shit.
I wonder if, do you think they'll bring Norm on to Fallon? I haven't heard anything today, but you think they're going to move that back? Because I saw a ton of comedians were like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, Norm's the goat.
Yeah.
Like, I almost hope, like, for Norm, I want them to, like, bring him back for the good of comedy. I kind of want them to shun him.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you start seeing, like, really quality comics like Norm, who hasn't done shit to anybody,
yeah,
if you start seeing him fall by the wayside and people going after him, I think that wakes more people up to go, wait, the fuck are y'all talking about? Like, are you guys just pitchforking the pitchfork? Like, what do you mean? Like, Norm's the bad guy? Okay, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And then you'll get second looks at, like, the Owen Benjamins. Then you get second looks at, who else is, Roseanne. Then you get other looks at people and be like, what did they really, do I really think they're Richard Spence? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, no. Like, if you've ever hung out or seen anybody that's really racist or a white supremacist, everybody likes to act like they're the most intellectual undercover people in the world. No, the fuck they're not. They're really obvious, and they would love to tell you about it.
It's true.
They're the fucking Jehovah's Witnesses about that kind of shit. They will find a reason to bring that shit up. Like, dude, that's not... Yeah.
I was just saying, yeah, that's happened. I had a friend back in the day when I was like a teenager, and, you know, we'd all make jokes. I mean, you know, there's a black dude who always, you know, was part of our crew, and we'd always make jokes about each other, whatever, about anything. And then one day, black dude's not there, and he's saying the joke still, and we don't usually do that. I'm like, usually we make fun of, we roast each other when we're there. And I'm like, okay, this is weird, whatever. At first it seems fine. And then he's like pulling out his phone, and he's like, oh yeah, my uncle or someone's like in the KKK, and here's like the KKK hotline number. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, this shit's not covert.
Yeah, soon as black dude's not around, he's like, yeah, no, I'm a real racist. And we were like, whoa. This, yeah.
And it's funny because he's still your best friend to this day. You
dude, how'd you know, dude?
He's in this room right now. I love that guy. Great guy.
Oh my god.
It's like, funny story is that guy's me.
Yeah, funny story.
This whole time we're talking about
guys,
this.
It's me.
That guy.
Yeah. Yeah, can we do this in person next time? Maybe on like a hunting trip or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a shooter, bro. That wouldn't go the way you want.
That's a good point.
That wouldn't go the way you want.
Nope.
Yeah, that's why I always laugh when people talk about they're gonna come kill us or like rush the stage, and like we've gotten threats from all kind of cities. And I was like, all right, I just want people to know, and I'm not trying to talk shit, and I would never threaten, but you're trying to rush the stage where people have paid money, so there's like 400 people that might not feel the way you feel, which is already kind of precarious, rushing the stage for somebody they like. But it's like, all right, you're going to either charge me, who's real skittish and knows some shit, or the 6'8" guy. Fuck you doing? Like what odds? I don't like your odds in this. Like, it's not going to, like, we used to joke, and it was like, yeah, it's going to be the Assassin and the Giant. That was going to be the name of our tour, the Assassin and the Giant. It's like, oh yeah, like, which one of us do you feel comfortable going against? And, like, Owen seems like such a happy-go-lucky guy. Well, when he's not spiraling. But if you see him, like, up close and you look up and you be like, 6'8" is big. It is fucking huge. Like, when you're standing under him and you're like, oh, I don't talk to Owen directly because it makes my fucking neck hurt. Like, he has to sit down or we have to be from a distance and I will talk to him. But I do not, like, I hate doing this shit. And it's a full head tilt straight up. He is a literal 1 foot taller than me.
That's crazy.
And I'm not like a midget. Like, that's I mean, I'm close, but like I'm not technically like I'm like 5'8".
Yeah,
So
that's like normal.
yeah, like I'm close. Like I tell people it's normal.
I
Like
mean,
why not?
I'm only like I'm like right under 6 feet. People tell me I'm tall. I'm like I don't think I'm
Yeah.
tall.
No,
I'm not.
no.
That's kind
No,
of depends on who you're around.
5'11" is like the perfect height.
I'd
Like
go,
5'11", 6 foot is like the perfect height.
6'2"
I
would
think
be
everybody,
okay. Then I could.
I think 6'1", 6'2", maybe 6'2" is when you're starting to get like people expect shit from you,
That's true.
and like a tall friend, and they're gonna annoy the shit out of you with that.
Because like if I was 6'2" or 6'3", people would be like, "Oh, you can probably dunk." I'd be like, "I can't dunk. I gotta be like 6'5" to dunk at least.
Maybe more.
Probably more. I can't jump.
Yeah.
You can't jump.
I mean,
Damn, it sucks to be white.
not really. Yeah, dude, I'm totally like that. I mean, I'm
That sucks.
three pointers can't jump. Totally white. 100%.
Kyle Corrat.
All the way. Yeah, except not very good.
I'm very, very sad to talk about basketball. Like I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, what's that?
From Cleveland, asshole.
Oh shit.
He's
Yeah.
very sad to talk about basketball, and you're like, oh, why is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I have nothing to look forward to. Like our king left, abdicated the throne.
That's rough.
All I have that's going for me is my hatred for Golden State. And they are going to be the shit this year. Like, all 5 of their starters might end up in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's so wild.
They picked up Boogie. Like, they keep adding somebody that's like an all-star recruit every year. It's like, this just is not fair now.
Yeah.
It's not fair. Like, it's... If Boogie Cousins comes back and he's even like 60% of what he was, that's the most unstoppable lineup that's ever played basketball. Period. Because who the fuck are you going to guard?
Yeah.
You got a guy who's a legit 7 foot something under the hoop dunking on you. Or you got a 7-footer that can shoot from 25 feet. Or you have Steph that can just inbound the ball to himself and throw it up and make it. Clay can shoot all day. And Draymond's just going to be kicking people in the nuts. Just kicking us in the nuts all day. Like, it's wild, man.
One in the basket and one in the basket.
Yeah, exactly. Like, shit is crazy, man. It's just not fair. It's not fair. I hate them. I hope they lose.
I mean, who's the next best team though? Like who's
Houston? Well, it was.
Yeah.
And they got people. I would love to see Oklahoma City do something. Like in my dream of dreams, Russell Westbrook beats the Golden State Warriors by dunking on Kevin Durant. Just putting his nuts on the back of his neck, just dunking the shit out. Like, and I like KD because, I mean, he went to my school, but at the same time, fuck out of here.
Yeah, they're so stacked. It's crazy. I wonder with the political stuff going on with sports if like people are gonna like move past that anytime soon, because that would be dope. Because you just hear too much. I mean, it's just distracting. It's like I just want to watch the game.
Oh well, it's funny because it's like everybody. I think everybody that cares about it is way more the problem than they think they are. Like people that are upset about the kneeling or not kneeling, for example, just as an example, right?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, so when you thought we were going to go to war with Korea, or if we talk about Afghanistan, or we do anything, do you look to any one of these football players for your political leanings? No? You don't call any of them? Then why the fuck do you care so much about their ideas on this? Like nobody, like we don't even talk, like what is the trope about athletes? They're fucking dumb. Like the thing is like, oh, I would never think that, like everybody does that, but it's like one disagrees with you and you're just like, can you believe this shit? It's like, why the fuck would you ever care? Why would you ever care? Like it's hilarious to me. It's like, all right, man, you just want to be mad.
Was it Chappelle who did the bit with like
I rule.
Like what do you think of the Iraq War? It's like what?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's 9/11, and it's like,
Yeah.
and we got Ja Rule on the phone. Like, I don't give a fuck what Ja thinks. Like, I think that's the funny, and it's a side effect though of us having a reality star as our president, because we're like,
Yeah.
oh, everybody have ideas. If I had to do the mental gymnastics to go, anybody that was on The Apprentice can run the country, that means anybody could be anything. And it's like, that's a dangerous slope, man, because Colin Kaepernick was a backup quarterback I don't really look to any backup quarterbacks that I know for the. And I'm not saying they're wrong or that they don't know stuff. I just don't give a. I don't care. Like, I don't listen to our own lawmakers because I think they're idiots. So why the fuck would I? That's not your job. Why would I listen to you? Like, why? I would never take like stock advice from my mailman. Like, fuck do you know? Like, what are you talking? Like, give me my letter. Move the fuck on. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't. It's just crazy how this can rip the country apart. Like when Beyonce's halftime performance ruined everybody, and they were like, "Can you believe she did that?" And I was like, "Why do you put so much authority on her words?" That's just because you want to be mad. People on the right do it just as much as people on the left. It's like, you really just want to be mad. Yeah. At least when they get mad at Trump, they can be like, "Oh, well, he has the weight of the fucking presidency. He's the president. You can't say crazy shit if you're the president." Sure. We can debate that, sure. But it's like, if you're a guy who used to play backup quarterback, you're not even in the league. You caring is making him way more popular. Like, if they wouldn't have burned all their shit and been like, "Oh, fuck Nike." If they would have just been, "Oh, whatever. Nike doesn't get that huge media swing and everybody doesn't talk about it for 2 weeks." If you just went, "I don't give a shit what he does." Like, "Oh, well, that's dumb. Whatever." It doesn't become a thing. Yeah. Nobody cares. But now Nike's up 34% in sales because it's like, oh yeah, people that don't even necessarily care one way, they don't give a shit about black kids getting shot. Now they just want to make you feel dumb. Like, "Oh wait, you want to burn your sneakers? I want to buy some sneakers because fuck you." Yeah. Ha ha. It's like, yeah, and people on the right do it, people on the left do it back. It's just, everybody's just childish as shit now. Like, which sucks because my job is to be childish as shit. Yeah. And it's like, I can't compete with you fucks. Like, you guys have lost your damn minds. Lost your minds. But yeah, we'll see.
I think that's why we need, like, the real hard comedy. Like, people that go for it. I mean, which is always how it's been. Now people act sensitive about it. But it's like, if you can't have people that do that and can break the tension, it just all becomes a Twitter battle. Like when I see comedians giving hot takes on Twitter about political stuff and they're not trying to be funny, I'm like, that's why I like Chris D'Elia, because he'll go after anybody, but he'll make it funny. Like he'll go after if there's some stupid liberal stuff or there's some Republican doing something stupid, he doesn't care. And he talked about it in one episode. He's like, "I'm not even that political, but if you do something stupid, I'm going to get you."
And that's quality comedy.
Yeah.
It's quite like, and of course you can have political discussions, and of course you can have ideas, but when that becomes more of what you do than even the jokes, it's like, all right, guy, you do know you're not really qualified for that. Like, it's like, oh, now I'm just a political commentator. And it's like, but no, we have people with degrees and shit with that. Like, you were supposed to be the joke guy. Once you stop being the joke guy, fuck am I listening to you for? Like, why do I care? Like, there's more qualified people to listen to.
Yeah, no doubt.
It bothers me. But anyway, I gotta head out of here because I gotta go to a doctor appointment. But
I feel it, man.
I want to tell you, do I want to tell you one of the jokes that I might do, that I might not? Actually, I'll tell you, you get to pick. Which one, A or B? Pick A or B. Just pick a letter.
All right, I'll go with A.
A, what do you pick? It's two of you, I mean.
A, okay, A.
Guy, you didn't have to do this. See, you could have got both.
Oh, well,
yeah, what are you doing?
I didn't know how it was working.
No, all right, like, so I don't know if you guys saw that, like, Caitlyn Jenner has a girlfriend. Her name is Sophia Hogan. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Sophia Hogan. Gorgeous, by the way, and we'll get you tricked.
I love Caitlyn so much. You're right. So gorgeous.
Also, like, her girlfriend, you'll look and be like, oh, you're like an Instagram model. It's like, both of them are trans, right? And the joke that I'm still figuring out, but it was like, all right, so if you're Kylie Jenner, like so Sophia and Caitlyn, they got known to be dating or whatever. They got on the cover of a lesbian magazine, and they were like potentially the lesbian couple of the year. And I was like, can you imagine being Kylie Jenner and being able to say, like, yeah, my dad sucked some dick and became the greatest lesbian of the year. Like, they are dick-sucking lesbians. Do you understand how crazy 2018 has gotten? like that is the lesbians of the year got dicks and blow each other.
We're definitely getting banned for this one.
I mean, but that's not even like, I'm not saying that should be allowed or anything,
No,
but
yeah.
it's a funny thought experiment.
Yeah, it's just
It's like, wait, excuse me? It's just hilarious. All
Yeah.
right, here's the one that'll get you banned.
okay.
I don't even want to say it. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this on stage because this is so fucked up. All right. So if Muhammad were to cheat on his child bride, would it still be called adultery?
Oh.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. It's a trick question. You can't cheat on a goat.
Oh god. Dude, you got it. I feel like that would kill on stage. Oh.
That's so fucked up. All right, yeah.
Go for it, bro. Go for
All right,
it.
last one. And I gotta go for
All
it.
right.
But so you know how abortion is a touchy issue, and like a lot of people, and it's not really abortion. It's more like we determining when does life start is what we all argue about, right? Is that conception, or is it like does it have to come to term? When is it a baby, and what can you do? And luckily for us, though, the Catholics have figured it out. Like you just go and you ask a Catholic priest, like, hey, do you want to fuck it? If not, then it can't be a kid.
You're going hard in the paint.
Super hard in the paint. This tour is gonna be crazy, dude.
It's crazy. I'll send you guys the video.
Damn, man, you weren't kidding. You're like, yeah, I got all the hard jokes I'm not sure about. I'm like, okay, yeah, you do.
Oh, and these aren't even the hard ones.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you guys for having me.
Dude,
That's
thanks
all.
for coming on.
Sure, this will be the last time I ever get on. After saying shit like that.
You're
But
banned from the internet.
Yeah, we're going like Alex Jones.
yeah, I mean, he's making more money now than he ever has. So,
I'll take it.
Hatred is a
Yeah.
strong incentivizer.
yeah. But anyway, you gentlemen take care. I'm sorry,
You
Mama.
too, man. Thanks for coming on, dude. That was fun.
All right.
Good
see
luck
you.
on the tour. Have fun.
Thanks.